Arcadian Vanguard presents The Wrestling News in your daily wrestling newscast for Friday, September 30th, 2022. Good morning, I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with ratings news. Wednesday's AEW Dynamite on TBS dipped in viewership this week, averaging 990,000 viewers over the course of 2 hours. According to WrestleNomics and the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Dynamite was down 4.7% from last week and serves as the show's lowest viewership total since August 17th. In the advertiser-desired 18 to 49-year-old demographic, the show notched a .34 rating, which equates to about 444,000 viewers, down 3.3% from last week's show. The show finished 9th amongst original cable programming on the day and 20th when including broadcast networks. The highest-rated quarter hour of the show was the opening 15 minutes, which featured the Jericho Appreciation Society ROH title celebration that Bryan Danielson eventually interrupted. It averaged 1.208 million viewers, with 559,000 between the ages of 18 and 49. For the second day in a row, the Weather Channel finished at the top of the American cable ratings as Hurricane Ian made landfall in Florida. According to Post Wrestling's John Pollock, in Canada, where Dynamite airs on TSN2, the show was up compared to last week, averaging 93,000 viewers, with 58,500 in the 25 to 54-year-old demographic. Those numbers are up from last week's 89,000 overall viewership and 55,000 in viewers between the ages of 25 and 54. In WWE news, Chris Amman, the WWE employed doctor who became a household name in the wrestling world when he sued CM Punk and Colt Cabana for defamation, is no longer with the company, according to a report from PW Insider. The story said that Amman retired from his position with WWE earlier this month after giving notice some time ago. The former ringside physician's name became well known amongst wrestling fans when he filed a defamation lawsuit against CM Punk and Colt Cabana in February of 2015 in response to comments Punk had made about treatments he received from Amman while working for WWE. Amman sued Punk and Cabana for $4 million in damages, alleging that the pair defamed his character when Punk appeared on Cabana's Art of Wrestling podcast in November of 2014. Punk claimed, amongst other things, that Amman had misdiagnosed his case of MRSA, as well as passing through the company's concussion protocol while still injured. In June 2018, a circuit court jury in Cook County, Illinois, ruled against Amman, but the fallout from the lawsuit effectively ended the friendship of Punk and Cabana. According to the story written by Mike Johnson, Dr. Amman joined WWE in May of 2008 and was part of the team that helped implement the company's wellness policy. In legal news, Randy Orton was called to the stand on Wednesday during the trial in the lawsuit brought by his former tattoo artist, Catherine Alexander, against WWE and others. According to PW Insider, Orton testified for 3 hours in front of a jury, although no specifics were revealed. Alexander filed a copyright infringement lawsuit in the U.S. District Court of the Southern District of Illinois against WWE, Take-Two Interactive Software, 2K Games Incorporated, 2K Sports Incorporated, Visual Concepts Entertainment, Ukes Company Limited, and Ukes LA Incorporated over their use of Orton's tattoos in WWE licensed video games. Alexander claims that she has the exclusive rights to the tattoo designs she created for Orton between 2003 and 2009. She registered copyrights for the designs in March of 2018, 1 month before she originally filed suit. Orton has yet to publicly comment on the case, the outcome of which could have major ramifications for other makers of sports video games which recreate the tattoo designs of pro athletes. WWE has added Imperium against the Brawling Brutes to the upcoming Extreme Rules show by way of a post on social media. According to a tweet from WWE Thursday morning, Sheamus, Butch, and Ridge Holland will now face Gunther, Ludwig Kaiser, and Giovanni Vinci in what's being billed as an old-fashioned Donnybrook at the October 8th special live event in Philadelphia. There was no description of what an old-fashioned Donnybrook match actually entails, and as of press time, no plans for either team have been announced for tonight's SmackDown on Fox. According to WrestleTix, as of Wednesday morning, Extreme Rules at Philadelphia's Wells Fargo Center has 11,252 tickets distributed to the public, leaving 1,067 tickets remaining. Dave Meltzer is reporting the secondary market for tickets is average, with the average ticket price costing $40. In injury news, WWE's Robert Roode has undergone treatment at the South Lake Orthopedic Sports Medicine and Spine Center in Birmingham, Alabama, according to a post on his Instagram yesterday. In the post, Roode thanks South Lake doctors, as well as famed orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews, for what he hoped was successful treatment. The location nor severity of the injury has been disclosed. Roode's last match was a June 25th house show loss to Omos in Amarillo, Texas. The former NXT and United States champion hasn't wrestled on television since being an entrant into the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal on the April 1st WrestleMania Go-Home edition of SmackDown. Lio Rush has been announced as an entrant into the upcoming Revolution Pro British J Cup. The well-traveled Rush was announced as the 5th entrant into the Rev Pro Junior Heavyweight Tournament, which takes place on October 22nd in Stevenage, Hertfordshire, England. The 27-year-old had injured his shoulder during a match with Buddy Matthews at this past January's Pro Wrestling Guerrilla Battle of Los Angeles tournament. In June, Rush talked about his injury to Fightful and Figure 4 Online's Denise Salcedo.
My shoulder went into my armpit. My arm was stuck. I didn't know what to really do. So I rolled to my back and I put my wrist kind of in between my legs and I pulled and popped my shoulder back in place. But once I got to the hospital, I was informed that in the process, I tore some muscles and possibly some ligaments. So I had to get an MRI. And then once I got the MRI, it showed that I tore 3 different muscles in my shoulder, and I had to get surgery.
With 3 wrestlers still left to announce, the J-Cup tournament lineup now includes Rush, Connor Mills, Will Caven, Leon Slater, and Robbie X. Revolution Pro has a working relationship with New Japan Pro Wrestling, and Rush may be returning there as well. On this week's NJPW Strong backstage interview segments that are uploaded to YouTube, IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion Taiji Ishimori questioned where Rush has been hiding and challenged him to come after the championship. Turning to Japan, Pro Wrestling Noah announced on Thursday that Keiji Muto has added another date onto his retirement tour. The company said that Muto will now team with Satoshi Kojima and Ninja Mac to face Naomichi Marufuji, Hayata, and Jack Morris during Pro Wrestling Noah's Demolition Stage Show on October 16th in Fukuoka. Initially, Muto was only scheduled to make an appearance signing autographs. Following the show in Fukuoka, Muto is scheduled for 3 more events. On October 30th in Tokyo, he'll team with Naomichi Marufuji and Yoshiki Inamura against New Japan's Hiroshi Tanahashi, Togi Makabe, and Tomoaki Hanma. On January 22nd in Yokohama, Muto will perform as the Great Muta for the final time, teaming with Sting against opponents yet to be announced. Muto's final match will take place at the Tokyo Dome on February 21st. The Japanese legend likely made his last appearance in an American ring during last Friday's AEW Rampage, when the Great Muta made a surprise appearance to assist Sting and Darby Allin in a victory over Buddy Matthews and Brody King. In today's Wrestling Observer newsletter, Dave Meltzer notes that longtime Dragon Gate wrestler Naruki Doi has changed his contract from full-time to a freelancer deal. Meltzer reports that Doi wants to have a chance to work with people outside the company, and at the age of 41, he's feeling the effects of Dragon Gate's high-speed, high-impact style. Trained by Ultimo Dragon and Toryumon Dojo, Doi has been a part of Dragon Gate since the company's inception in 2004. And in a correction from yesterday, when describing Chris Jericho's assault on Ring of Honor ring announcer Bobby Cruz, I referred to his Judas Effect spinning back elbow as a spinning back fist. I apologize for the error. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast, and remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the Wrestling News. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.